What is up? What is going on? Jace Jacobs here. Welcome to Jar of Poetry, episode 25. Yeah, we've been doing this. This is the 25th episode. Pretty excited. You know what? I'd like to maybe take some time and I don't know if it's that exciting to you. To me, it's exciting. Maybe take some time and figure out like how many poems were repeated, like what has been the most popular poem so far. So if you're new to this, pretty much I get a jar. And it's got all these poems in here that I wrote, names of all the poetry pieces. And what I do is I stick my hand inside here, and I reach around, I dig in, and there's probably like 50 or so in here. And I'll pull a piece out, and I check out the piece. And I see that, okay, so this one is called Infinite Me. And then I perform the spoken word poetry piece. Yeah, so that's how that thing goes. So this is one I wrote. I was inspired to write after reading the author Stuart Wilde and his book, The Infinite Self. And so I was inspired to write this poem here. He's got a little challenge in there that he did. And he referred to it as getting spiritually stoned. It was a cool challenge that he had to do in there to demonstrate that his word is his law. And so it inspired me to write this. And you know what? I even did my own challenge. So maybe I'll tell you about it after the poem. So, Infinite Me. Am I in control? Who's making the call? Am I taking ownership when I start to fall? Step by step, I'm following a new plan, a more authentic me, a better version of who I am. So I challenged myself to move some stones today. I took on this commitment so my results would say, my word is my law, and it's easy to see I'm becoming more of the infinite me. All right, so the challenge I did was my little spin on Stuart Wilde's challenge in that book, The Infinite Self. So he was moving some stones in the garden, and he was outside. And so my challenge, when I first learned about this and I first did the challenge, it was hot Arizona summer. And I was like, I'm not going outside. I'm going to find me something to do inside. So what I chose to do, this is my challenge, and I call it the Forking Challange. And so what I did is I have this big old island in my kitchen. And so I went over to the drawer and I decided it would take place at 6:03 in the morning. So you pick a specific time and then a specific activity and a specific duration. So as I'm about to burp here, I went with 6:03 in the morning, right exactly at 6:03, not 6:02, not 6:04. I needed to walk over and open up that drawer right at 6:03. So right at 6:03, I open up the drawer in the kitchen and I pull out one fork and I take my microfiber and I polish the fork and I turn around and I set it down on the island. And then I proceed to walk counterclockwise around the big old island. And I had some tunes going so I could just, do a little groove, groove to the music, walk all the way around the big old island, come all the way back around to the drawer, reach in and grab the next fork. Turn around, polish it, set it down on the island, and walk counterclockwise all the way around, grooving the music, come back, and do it again. And I had to do that for I think there was probably like 16 forks in the drawer. 8 big forks, 4 little forks, all the forks. Did them all. As soon as I got them all out there. And I walked around after putting that last one down. Here's where it gets real, right? You then have to turn around and go clockwise and walk all the way back around the island, grooving to some music, pick up a fork, polish it off, and put it back in the drawer, and then walk all the way clockwise around the island and do that for each of the remaining forks, right? Which sounds kind of crazy, and it is. And the whole purpose of this, the whole goal of this is to demonstrate that your word is your law. If you say it, you're going to do it. And this comes into play with like food, relationships, fitness, right? Name it and claim it. Your word is your law. So if you say, hey, man, I'm sick and tired of feeling like crap after eating 5 slices of pizza. Pizza tastes so good, but 5 slices, I feel horrible. Then, this type of process, you can demonstrate that your word is your law. Then you just have to make a decision. And those decisions are a little easier. And you say, you know what? My decision is I will stop at 3 slices of pizza because I feel okay with that. And even though it tastes so good and it looks so good, when I'm putting the rest of the pieces away, I will put them away because I'm in charge. Right? My word is my law. And so that's the purpose of this type of activity. And if you think that's an easy activity, then perhaps you need to pick your own activity and increase the difficulty a little bit. Maybe increase the time commitment, make it a little more challenging. Maybe you want to be outside in the summertime, moving the stones all the way across your garden, back and forth. If so, go for it. This is a totally unique process, unique to everybody. And so I appreciated doing this exercise. I did it for 7 consecutive days, 6:03 in the morning. And you know what? It was fun. It really helped strengthen my word is my law process. It helps strengthen my decision-making process, that if I decide something, then I'm going to do it. So there you go. For Jar of Poetry, I usually do like 3 poems, but since I just gave you this big old long story about the Forking Challenge, maybe we'll skip the other poems for today. If you're curious about this and maybe you wanna do your own challenge, maybe something else, and tag me on social media at Jace Jacobs and maybe use the hashtag spiritually forked. And let me know. I'd love to be able to cheer you on. I'd love to see what kind of challenge that you're putting together to demonstrate your power and your will. So yeah, please reach out and let me know. All right. Okay. I really appreciate you. I'm Jace Jacobs. Appreciate everything. Love fully, need nothing, and get spiritually forked. All right. High five, knuckles. Namaste, my friend. Later.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's up? Jace here again. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate you. If you like the messages, if you like the positivity, then give me a heart. Leave me a comment. Give me some feedback. Let's get connected and let's start this conversation. And of course, obviously subscribe. That would be much appreciated. But if you want to get connected even more outside of this format, then check me out on social media. You can find me on most social media platforms as @Jace Jacobs. That's just my name. And the only one that would be different would be my Facebook business page, which is Jace W. Jacobs. So there's that. And of course, you're watching this on YouTube, so you already found me. What up? I appreciate you. If you want to go just a little bit deeper, then go over to my website at jacejacobs.com and sign up for my email newsletter. I send out an email once a week, maybe every other week. I don't do a ton of them, but that's where you can get connected and we can sync up as far as you can see what my next projects are, what my next books are, and just receive something positive, because that's what I like to put out, is only positive material. I just want to spread love out into the world. So I really appreciate you. Thank you again for checking this out. I'm Jace Jacobs. Appreciate everything. Love fully. Need nothing. High five, knuckles. Namaste, my friend. Cheers.